Okay, so hopefully I've got that working. So I'm off to the Fieldays. Alan just came down and gave me his ticket because he can't go today. So I'm going to get my act together and tame this hair and wake up a bit. I think I've got a bit of a cold coming on. I feel a little bit gluggy, but I'm going to go and check it out. I've never been before, and apparently there are tiny homes there. So I want to go and have a look at that. I mean, the whole tiny home thing, to me, they fascinate me. I've got a house truck. It's probably more like a tiny home than a lot of motorhomes, and it's, you know, design and things. But yeah, most of them are built really well, the ones I've seen, and I'd like to see more cooperation from councils and allowing people to have tiny homes, because we don't have enough housing in this country, and housing is ridiculously expensive and hard to come by in a lot of areas. You know, people just, yeah, it's an issue, and tiny homes are usually well built, insulated. Most people who move into tiny homes take care of their waste. They're very environmentally conscious. So it's not, you know, some awful thing that people are doing. I think it's a very valid situation. So I'm going to enjoy having a look at that at a company who actually builds them and see what's going to happen with that.
We can store it and hold on to it until you do as well.
That's good, eh? Yeah. No, I'm all for the tiny homes. I started a wee YouTube channel because I live in a house truck, which is not a tiny home, and I travel in it.
Oh, excellent.
But the whole tiny house thing to me is just a sensible solution to the housing crisis.
Yeah, well,
and I think the councils have got to sort of get their head out of the mud and go, okay, that's actually pretty good.
The government need to regulate it so then all the councils are on the same wavelength, because they're all so different. Yeah, but to be honest, me and Kylie have never even watched a tiny home show.
Haven't you?
It was all about affordable housing, but quality. Kiwis, especially your kitchen, is your pride thing.
Oh, totally.
Don't compromise your bathroom, so that's the size.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in your house, you sleep or you sit.
Yeah.
So that's how we've designed them.
Need? I mean,
yes, and people, we've got so many out now, they put decks, there's so many. I see couples that we've been through to families, and they're just living now, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome, and I had somebody on a New Zealand tiny home Facebook page asking about self-containment, you know, and I said, well, if you want to get it self-contained, it should go by the same criteria as a mobile home.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a certain list of what you have to meet, and if you do that, then you can have it as a mobile
that's right.
vehicle. I mean, some of the smaller ones you could move more.
Yeah, well, they're on the road type things, but and so there's all sorts.
But some of them are a bit big to move to.
Like ours, this is on the truck, but you can move it occasionally when you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's great, and I'm happy to see that you're so busy here, really, at Fieldays, because I got a free ticket from the guy who owns the farm that I'm staying on at the moment, nice. And he was like, I can't go, here's my ticket. Go and check it out, they're tiny houses there.
Yeah.
So I thought, well,
we basically haven't stopped really, we're sort of probably close to 3,000 or 4,000 through.
I'd say, yeah. And you know, people take that on board and go home and think about it.
Yeah.
And go, well, that's a good idea. I mean, even for farm labourers, you know.
Oh, we've got all different buyers now, from old for young. to investors, to couples, everyone. It's just variations huge.
I guess the older ones wouldn't want the upstairs lofts and things.
We never
so
even
much.
do that. To us, it's unpractical space. It's a very limited amount of people that want that.
A lot of them don't have much headroom.
No, and plus you put a ceiling on it, it closes it in, and then the heat is huge, and plus all the smell and things from the kitchen go in there as well. So,
I know. Yeah, no. My house truck, it's a vintage truck. It has a loft.
Yeah.
And before I go to bed, about an hour beforehand, I turn my fire right down because otherwise it's just stupid up there, you know.
Yeah.
Ridiculously hot.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But so much of it crosses over, you know. I find it interesting. I love looking at the different designs.
Yeah, well, that's right.
One thing that's puzzled me, and I watch a lot of, you know, tiny home shows on YouTube and stuff, is pop-outs. Why don't people do them?
Because they're the things that break.
They can.
The hydraulics, all that sort of stuff. For me, who's got to warranty them for X amount, I would never look at that sort of stuff. I said to people, go buy a caravan. Yeah, no,
it's a way to get at least narrow living space, isn't it? Which I think is quite good.
Steve.
Anyway, it's
awesome.
Nice to see
seeing you.
Yeah, no,
awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So apart from getting lost on the way there, it all went really well. I enjoyed it. I'm sitting at my computer now trying to tidy up all the different files I've got. I'm still getting used to this new camera I have. This is actually my phone because it's just a little bit different with focusing. All the things I could do without thinking about on my Canon camera. With this one, it's like, oops, I messed that up. So anyway, it was really interesting. I had a good chat with the guy and his lady who are building the tiny homes. They're also quite keen on getting me to make a video about their tiny homes. Today was impossible. I tried to shoot in there, but there were just constantly people going through, you know. So it was a little bit challenging for shooting videos. So anyway, if I go to Taranaki, I'll do that. They're from Taranaki, the company. And yeah, we did chat about the councils and their rules and what can be done and how that can be sorted, and because I think it's a perfect solution for the whole housing issue in New Zealand. And yeah, I don't know why councils are so anti it. You know, they really should be a bit more open and actually look at the tiny homes and see if they are okay dwellings, a fully insulated, contained unit on wheels, as some of them are, that, you know, looks after its own waste, that is a good dwelling to live in. I don't see the problem. I don't know why the councils are being so ridiculous about it. So hopefully there'll be some changes around that. But I really enjoyed Fieldays. I didn't think I would. I didn't stay all day. I stayed for 2 or 3 hours. I think that was enough because it is so crowded. And yeah, no, I enjoyed looking at those, and yeah, I had a yak with the guy who from Ferntech, who they sell drones and things like that, and actually watched a wee display or looked at a display how they're using drones with cameras, and I think they had little speakers on them maybe to actually check on their stock and water troughs and things on farms, which I hadn't even thought about, but what a good idea. And also I enjoyed the sort of the vintage area where they had a blacksmith and things like that, and old tractors. I like old tractors. I think they're pretty cool. I like vintage stuff. So anyway, I know my footage, pardon me, I am getting a cold. My footage wasn't perfect, so please excuse that. I'm still learning videoing with that camera. I've got it sussed for photos now, but videos is like, wow, whole different ball game. Anyway, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on various subjects like RVs, tiny homes, traveling, things like that. And I'll see you all in my next video.